All right, welcome back to OTB. Let's dive in. The part that we've been most excited about the show the entire day. On the line, we have national champion, wide receiver one, a man who potentially would be a first-round pick tomorrow night. We're talking about Terrace Marshall Jr. You know you love him. You saw him in the purple and gold for years.
3-1, great.
Okay, that's right, dude. Terrace, what's up, man? Thanks so much for waking up with us.
What's good? How y'all doing?
We're chilling, man. We're feeling good, but I guess the question is, how are you feeling, right? I mean, we're a day away from, like, literally, I guess, everything you've worked for your entire life will be on display over the next couple of days. You got any butterflies, anxiety? How you feeling right now?
Oh, man, my heart is full right now. I would say I don't even know how to feel. It feels unreal. So I feel like, that feeling won't really hit me until that phone rings. It'll let me know that it's really reality because I feel like I'm in a dream right now.
All right, Terrace, so do you have any draft day plans? Are you going to be around family? I know everybody kind of does it different. Some people like to get away and to get away from the TV and maybe do something with family. Some people like to have a party with the family because it is such a big moment, and really it's a life-changing moment. So do you have anything planned right now?
Yeah, I'm in Houston, Texas right now. I have family. I have family here. Immediate family, and due to COVID and stuff, I didn't want to just pile up, have everybody around. So, pretty doing it right now, condensed. Man, I'm just ready, to enjoy this day with my people that's here with me.
And Terrace, I want to ask you about a decision that you made a few months ago, which had to be really tough, and that was to opt out of the end of the LSU football season. Now, at the time, I said it makes a ton of sense because, this is the normal time period where your season would end. You would then start to get ready for pro day. It's a different style of training, all these other things under the combine, everything else. Now that you're here on the edge of the draft and there's a really good chance you'll be a first-round pick, do you feel, and you did so well at your pro day with the 40 and everything, do you feel a bit validated in making that decision a few months ago?
Yes, sir. Definitely no regret, in the past. So I feel like, every decision I've made has helped me, get to this point that I'm at today. So definitely no regrets. I feel like it was the best decision for me and my family. I just had to handle business.
So, Terrace, have you talked to any certain teams? Have you kind of got a feel of maybe where you'll go tomorrow night? Because it's always very difficult to gauge, right? You think you're going to go to this team. You've talked to this team so many times, and then obviously you hear stories of guys going to a team that they've never talked with. But do you have any kind of a gauge of which teams maybe – prefer your skill set over others? Because this is outside of you, and we just talked with Jim Nagy, and he backed this up. This is a slot-heavy draft as far as, your smaller receivers. You're one of the few big-body receivers in this draft.
Right. Same thing I tell everybody, man. Truly, it's so unpredictable. Talking to these teams, they're pretty much all pitching out the same thing. We're going over plays, and they're just testing, my mental part. So, I just feel like it's unpredictable, man. I'm just ready, to see where I land.
Terrace, did you ever have any kind of low moments where maybe you weren't sure how things were going to end up? Obviously, we talked about it earlier today, but in 2019, you're leading the nations in touchdown, everything's rolling, then you get hurt, and you got to kind of fight back by the end of the year. Did you ever have any moments where maybe you started to doubt things?
Definitely, I wouldn't say doubt, but definitely have those times, where you're kind of down on yourself. Definitely questioning, what's next. But, I just always had that, that shoulder of God, to lean on. So, at the end of the day, he always, let me know that everything's okay. So I just snap back to it and I'll get back to work.
Terrace, I do want to go back because obviously we're looking into the future, looking at the NFL draft, and we just hope the best for you there, and we know you're going to do great things. But I do want to look back and talk about your decision to come to LSU. I remember meeting you on your official visit. You came in with your high school quarterback, and I was blown away by you, man. You were very impressive to me as a young high school student coming in on your official visit. You come down to LSU, and you put up all of these records with this offense. You were a big part of that, catching touchdowns in the Natty. So just kind of talk about your LSU experience, because it was one for the ages to be able to be from Louisiana and then come do those type of things.
Coming out of high school, that was one thing, that I had, on my mind, or as a goal that I set in high school, was to win a national championship. So me going to LSU, I just feel like I had that best shot, or at least had a first shot. So, I mean, man, it was just, it just made the dream even more complete, with me being, in Louisiana, my home state, growing up playing, in front of my state at LSU. It just made, the dream and the story even more unique, coming, just growing up in Louisiana and finishing it all, where you started.
And also, you came in 2018 when the offense was just changing, right? Joe was just becoming the quarterback, and LSU kind of went away from I formation with a fullback and 21 personnel, and really to start opening things up. So you had to have a little faith in LSU, being a receiver, that they were, actually going to make the change and start to throw the football like you did. And that's a belief that I'm sure, sometimes you might have struggled with, but it obviously paid out in the end.
Yeah, man. I mean, that team that we had, it was so crazy. The chemistry that we had, everybody just worked so hard together. That's what, caused the outcome, of everything that we did. The championship, SEC championship, number one seed in the playoffs, all of the accolades that we received, it was because of all of the hard work.
And so you mentioned the hard work, Terrace. One of the things that y'all did that they did not do last year, they have brought back this year, was the summer of 10,000 catches. Do you remember what it was like when that challenge was kind of originally laid out? And then did you feel yourself improving going through such like a high volume type of work?
Yes, sir. Most definitely feel myself improving, setting goals for yourself in the off season, as far as catching the ball or however many workouts, whatever best fits you. I mean, that's always good to set a goal and then reach it, and then start a new goal. That just help you, your ceiling get higher and higher every day. So, we set those standards for ourselves and tried our best to reach them.
And then so you talk about kind of the cohesion of that 2019 team, and it is such a legendary team. And I mean, I don't know, a lot of LSU fans have probably given up on winning 90, but you all got it done. So what does it now mean for you that after these next couple of days and then into this fall, you, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, like all the boys, like everybody's going to be in the NFL together?
Man, it's going to be crazy, like I say, and then it's like, the world say that's one of the best teams, to ever play college football. So, I mean, it's definitely showing, especially the depth in the NFL, and then everybody, that's in the NFL, they're doing their thing. So it even makes it even more bigger deal. So I'm just, happy to go into the league and then try to continue, what everybody else is doing.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, Jefferson set the bar pretty high, right? And I know that y'all have always had, like, obviously everybody's compete with each other. So now is that just translate to Sundays, or y'all still all going to be compete with each other?
I mean, I wouldn't say compete with each other unless we play against each other on the field or whatever. But we definitely gonna go out there and do our thing. Everybody at LSU, we know we're gonna have to play our role on whatever team we're on. So, I mean, that's just the culture of LSU. You come from there. It's just a culture. You're just gonna ball out wherever you go.
All right, Terrace, obviously you were the number one receiver at LSU last year. I want to ask you about who looks to be the number one receiver this year for LSU. Kayshon Boutte really showed out as a true freshman last year. I think LSU fans can expect that lineage of number one receivers, first-round receivers, to continue with Kayshon. How impressed were you with the young freshman Kayshon Boutte?
I'm real impressed. Coming in at SEC as a freshman, that's kind of hard. Everybody didn't have to do it, so everybody that's been there, have had to, go through it. So, hats off to him for having that great year as a freshman. I know he's going to continue to get better every year. He has very high ceilings. He's going to continue to get better. And, hopefully one day, I know one day, he's going to be following in our footsteps and entering the draft.
All right, hey, Terrace, man, it's the last one for me. I just wanted to tell you it's been an honor, covering you at LSU and meeting you on your official visit. Obviously, being from the same area of Louisiana, I keep holding it down for not only the 318, but for the entire state of Louisiana. We can't wait to watch where you go tomorrow night. I know you're going to work your ass off and continue to be the player that you've always been, man. So best of luck tomorrow night.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, my guy. Likewise. We always family.
There you go, LSU. 318-31 great. Terrace Marshall Jr. Terrace, thank you so much, man. You have a great morning.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, man. Best of luck tomorrow night, too. Like Jake said, we're all supporting you, bro. National champ, Terrace Marshall Jr.
So, I do want to, it's not lip service when I say I met this young man on his official visit and I was blown away. it was the first year that you could kind of, former players could kind of talk to the student athletes that were on visits, and I just happened to be in the equipment room because I was doing what I do best. Me and Stringfellow were just
scrounging up free. Yeah, if you watch the show, scrounging up free LSU equipment.
Chill. So, and I'm like, oh man, Parkway, yeah, absolutely. And he was with his quarterback. His quarterback was a highly touted guy as well. And this isn't against him, but I could tell like he was over the official visit tour. Like, he had his hood on. He didn't really want to talk with anybody.
About Brandon Harris here? Or was
no, Justin Rogers, I believe, was the quarterback's name. And it's fine. Like I said, nothing against him. But man, Terrace, you could just tell he was so excited to be here. Yes, sir, everybody. Like, wanted to know every detail about the facility. Like, he was all in on LSU and being here. And I was blown away by the respect he showed everybody, not just the coaches, but to Stringfellow, to Jack Marucci, to Michael Bonnet, like all the people, right? All the people that make up LSU football. And this is a young man. He's a quiet young man. He's a shy young man, but when he gets on that field, man, he has got a little something to him. And so he's one of the good ones, man. I hope the best for him. And I don't just say that because, we joke and he's from the 318. I mean, this is someone that's done it the right way, gone through adversity, had a horrible injury his last year in high school. Number one receiver in the country. You have that injury. You're, wondering, will I ever be the same? He obviously was. And now he's got the opportunity to live out his dream, as you said, T.
Yeah, how can you not love that, right? Overcoming that injury in high school in 2019. Hell yeah, man. That's the type of people you cheer for. So can't wait to watch the entire trio do work in the NFL on Sundays this next year with Jefferson, Chase, and Marshall. The boys are back. And we'll be back with Ask the Bench, brought to you by Cold Coors Light next here on OTB.